Welcome back to another 3PD episode. This will be part 2 on the Toyota pickup frame swap.
Like a razor lipstick, and I risk it instinct. She sucking my with her lipstick. Ooh, check up on a bitch like a dipstick. Ooh, yeah, she on me like a misfit. Like a razor lipstick, and I risk it instinct. She sucking my with her lipstick. Ooh, check up on a bitch like.
I'm pulling the booster off right now. Basically, just gotta disconnect a whole bunch of stuff off the firewall so that the cab can be lifted off. All right, so I basically got everything in the engine bay disconnected. Still gotta pull a little bit of the wiring on this side here. There's just one connector for the battery terminals. I'm gonna run to the shop and grab the engine hoist. I was originally just gonna leave the engine bolted to the frame and then peel the cab off, but I think I'm gonna pull the engine now just to get it out of the way, and since it's just me here, maybe it'll be easier to get around stuff and get the cab off and everything. So that's the game plan. All right, we're back from the shop, got the cherry picker set up. There's a couple more things I gotta take off, but the nice thing is it does have one hook here and then one in the back right there, so that's nice. I don't have to figure out where to bolt or anything. Pull this guy off, and I guess just little stuff that I just do once over and make sure I get everything, and then I'll pull it. Well, I was pulling the engine harness off of the actual engine, but that's not really possible. There's some wires pretty deep down there you can't get, so I was hoping it'd be easier and I can pull the loom off the engine and just leave it on this cab, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So if you follow this through the firewall, come down here and there's the ECU. So I have to oh man, look at that, the mice really got to that. Yeah, so I gotta unplug that stuff and then I'll pull the ECU out and then I'll fish the wires up through here, pull them out. Just, I guess then it'll just be with the engine when I pull it, whatever, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so I pulled the wiring out, set it on top of the engine, move this stuff out of the way. So for now, I started loosening up some of these lines just so it's easier for me to get back there, but I need a light. God damn it. So there's bolt there on top. There's one right there on the side. Should be another one right over there. I'm like four inches away from the other one. And then on the bottom, there's like 4, I believe, on the very bottom that I have to pull. And then the exhaust, there's 3. 1, 2, 3. You gotta get from the bottom side, which is gonna suck. So I'm gonna work on pulling those, and then I think it'll just be motor mounts and maybe fuel line. I don't know, I'll have to look more over there for the fuel stuff, but want to do the exhaust and the bell housing. Then I will start with motor mounts, hook up the engine hoist, and hopefully just pull this thing out easy peasy. All right, so I could not get the exhaust broken free. I'm gonna have to go to work tomorrow and get an impact. Wasn't able to do it with my 3/8 ratchet, which is like, whatever, I don't know. It's stupid, but I'm not able to get the exhaust bolts out. that's okay. I'll go to work tomorrow, I'll get my impact gun and a few other extra tools that I don't have here. And that should help me finish everything up, and then I can pull the engine and then start working on everything else. I'm kind of unsure at the moment, but I think it will probably be easier to pull the cab if I actually take all of this stuff out. Glass, dash, just any extra weight that's in here that I can take out that I'm just, you know, it doesn't really matter. So I don't know, we'll see. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Yeah, I think that's the game plan. So I'll get all my extra tools from work tomorrow, pull the exhaust off, get the motor mounts undone and the bell housing bolts so the motor can come out. And then once I have that, I'll probably start working on taking all this interior stuff out just so it's easier. I'll get the rest of the guys over here hopefully, and they can help me lift the cab off the frame. And once that's done, then I'll move to the bed, pull the bed off, which shouldn't be too hard. I already cut some of the rotted out lower panels of the bed off for access to the bolts. So okay, so pulled the bolts or the nuts off of the exhaust down there. There's 3 of them. Then I went ahead and did the motor mounts. Those kind of sucked. That side was not that bad, but this side kind of sucked. There's one just on the back side that was kind of hard to get to, but I just ran a ratchet through here and then had my other hand using a wrench on that side. And then I had to undo all of that just to pull all those lines out so I could get to the back here with the bell housing bolts. So I did the top. There's 2 on the top there, and then there's 4 14 mils on the bottom, and then there's 2 more on the side that are 17 mil, just like the top ones. In this case, you can't see me. In this case, the passenger side where the starter is, or not the starter, the slave cylinder kind of goes around that, and there's supposed to be a bolt there. Well, there wasn't one there, so obviously this motor's already been pulled out of this car, I'm assuming. So, but that's okay. I have another one that we'll look at. Whatever one's the best to use, that's what we'll use. Otherwise, it might be that one, or it might be this one. But I got all that stuff undone, so now I'm going to start trying to pull this out. A little setback because I'm stupid and forgot to remove the starter. So as I was trying to pull out the engine, it was not having it. So I'm gonna pull out the it's not the alternator, you idiot. I'm about to pull out the starter now, and then retry. Should be a lot easier. All right, so once I pulled the starter out, basically just came right out. Oh, I need a light. I know where my one is. So I don't have a jack here or anything, so I didn't have anything to support the transmission with, but on this little stool, so that'll do for now, I guess. Yeah, so the pulled the starter, which is over there. Wow, this light's too bright. Pulled the starter out over there, and then kind of just used some screwdrivers on each side and just kind of wiggled it out, and then I pulled it out. So engine has been removed. The next thing will be to remove the whole cab now. The idea was that it'd be easier to remove the cab with the engine out. I hope that wasn't just a huge waste of time, but that way, once I have the cab off, I mean, it'll be super easy if I want to put the motor back down on the motor mounts and whatnot. And then once I pull the cab off, also I'm still debating whether or not I want to pull all of the extra interior bits off, or maybe I can jack up the cab from the bottom and put some pieces of wood on the bottom, and then I can get the rest of the guys over here. We can all just kind of grab here, pick up, and then just get rid of it. But I don't know, that'll be interesting. We'll see. I don't have a lift, so this will be interesting. But if I were to pull the interior, it'd make it lighter, obviously. I don't know how much lighter, but it would help. Then I'll remove the bed, which doesn't seem that difficult compared to what the rest of this has been. So we'll see. But that'll be it for this video. And the next one, we will be removing the cab, and then I don't know if I'll put the bed in that same video, but definitely be the cab next, and possibly the bed. Otherwise, the bed might be a whole separate video depending on how long it takes. So thanks for watching.